All right. So have you been able to get this question paper? That is quantitative analysis, August 2023, question number 5B. Do we have the paper? Kindly talk to me live tonight, or rather this evening. If you're able to get it from your past papers, kindly mention yes, or just put your thumbs up like this. Put your thumbs up like this. Put your thumbs up like this so that we can commence our session. And please don't forget to share. Don't forget to share. Don't forget to share this particular post, because we would want to get numbers. 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 All right. So then I would want to read very fast this question. I hope they have been able to get the question. So we are told here, BMM Limited produces X number of items of product wonder in a month at a cost described by the equation. The cost is described here. The cost is described here. C equals, the cost is described here. C equals 5x plus 4,000. 5x plus 4,000 in a month at a cost described by the equation C equals 5x plus 4,000. And then they are telling us there categorically that the management accountant of the firm estimates that a selling price of 22 per unit, 18,000 units of wonder could be sold. So in this case here, that when price, so they're telling us something very nice here, that when price equals 22, that they're going to sell a quantity of 18,000. They're going to sell a quantity of 18,000. And if the firm increases the unit price to 30, if the price here is 30, then quantity to be sold will be 10,000. The quantity to be sold there will be 10,000. The quantity to be sold there will be 10,000. All right. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I can see there is a price function to be developed here. There's a price function to be developed here. Now, can you kindly remind Mwalimu here, if, for example, a function is linear, a straight line function, how many points do we need to be able to develop a straight line function? Is there somebody who is able to remember that? How many points do we need for us to be able to develop a straight line function, or what they call a linear function? So to develop a linear function, we need exactly 2 points. We need exactly 2 points. So anytime you see the examiner giving you 2 points, like now this is point number 1 on a Cartesian plane, this is point number 2 on a Cartesian plane. Anytime you see the examiner giving you 2 points, automatically is alluding to the fact that he would want you to develop a straight line function. Now required, determine the number of units of product wonder that BMM Limited should produce and sell in order to maximize what here? Profit. In order to maximize profit. Fortunately, I'm teaching students who at the same time are doing a paper called economics. And in economics, there is a fundamental principle of profit maximization. We know that in economics, which of course applies also to quantitative analysis, that at profit maximum, marginal revenue equals marginal cost. Very, very important. This is a very important. Whenever the examiner talks about maximizing profit, we know that at maximum profit, At maximum profit, this is very important, marginal revenue equals marginal cost, like that. So anytime, ladies and gentlemen, we talk about profit maximization, anytime we talk about profit maximization, it will be very important for us to remember this, that at maximum profit, marginal revenue will always be equal to marginal cost, i.e., MR should be equal to MC, i.e., MR should be equal to MC. MR should be equal to MC. MR should be equal to MC. So MR for marginal revenue, MC for what here, somebody? For marginal cost. MC for marginal cost. Let me ask you a question just for the sake of ensuring that this class is interactive, that you're able to communicate, both of us. Is my board clear? Is my board clear? Is my board clear? You can simply mention there in your typing board Y for yes, or just yes. Is my board clear? And of course, the students who are also following me on Facebook, you can straight away go there and mention what year, say yes in the comment section. All right. All right. And of course, those guys who are following me on Facebook, I expect you to share this live cast. My name is Dr. Joshua Aura. I teach at RCM College. I teach, in this case here, the advanced level papers, that is advanced financial management, advanced financial reporting, business data analytics, etc. But the most important thing is that now I would also want to come down a little bit and start mentoring my students who are doing QA at this lower level. But we can only do that if you guys are able to partner with us to increase our number of our students. The enrollment at this particular lower level, it has to go up. If it goes up to some very good levels, then I will be able to assist Teacher Abdi. Teacher Abdi is one of the best in the industry, but there is nothing wrong also in there like myself at times coming in. And for example, having one session permanently and teaching topics like, for example, hypothesis, etc. All right. So what have we said? We've said, ladies and gentlemen, at the end of the day, if the examiner, like in Roman 1 of this questionnaire, Roman 1, the examiner wants us to ascertain the quantity that is needed for us not to break even, but to maximize profit. And for us to be able to maximize profit, what have we said? There is a fundamental functional equation that must exist for us to maximize profit. And for us to maximize this profit, ladies and gentlemen, we are saying that marginal revenue should be equal to marginal cost. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this now begs for the question, how do we get this marginal revenue? How do we get marginal revenue? Now, ladies and gentlemen, please listen and listen to me very well. Marginal revenue will be derived from the total revenue function. We are writing there that marginal revenue will be derived from total revenue function, from the total revenue function. Marginal revenue will be derived from the total revenue function. And remember, the total revenue function is what we denote as R. And anytime this examiner wants us to get R, we normally take price times who? Quantity. Anytime they want us to give them total revenue, to get total revenue, we normally take price times quantity. Now, please listen and listen to me very well. Assuming I'm selling pens of this nature, and the one pen goes for Kenya shillings 10. One pen goes for Kenya shillings what year? One pen goes for Kenya shillings 10. I'm recording, don't worry. I'm recording, thanks for that. I'm recording this session, don't worry. I'm recording it on Facebook. Now from Facebook, I'll be able to download it. And then of course, I share a link with you once I upload it on Vimeo, on Vimeo. So I'm explaining something here. Assuming I'm a businessman and I'm selling pens of this nature. So if I'm selling pens of this nature, at 10 shillings, on a given good day, I happen to sell 120 pens. Each pen is going for 10 bob. And then quantity, 120 pens. Then how much money will I collect out of making that sale? How much money will I collect out of making that kind of a sale? I've sold 120 pens, and each pen is going for 10 shillings. Each pen is going for 10 shillings. And I've sold 120 pens. How much will I collect? How much will I collect on that day? How much will I collect on that day? Please try talking to me. I'm selling pens, and each pen is going for just 10 shillings. And on a given sunny day, I sell 120 pens in total. So then how much money will I collect on this particular day when I'm selling 120 pens and each is going for 10 bob? Thank you very much. You guys are very bright. 1,200 Kenya shillings. So that calls for the question, how do they get this 1,200? And what is this 1,200 to us? This 1,200 is revenue, what we also call sales. And to get revenue, basically you take the price per pen times the number of pens you've sold. So to get revenue, we are taking price, which is 10 there, times quantity of 120. That is how these ninjas got 1,200 Kenya shillings like that. I'm so happy, which in this case here makes me drive this point home even better. That anytime they want us to give them total revenue, we shall be taking price times what here, times quantity. And then, of course, I want what we call the price function, And the examiner has not given us this price function. The examiner has not given us the price function. So I will need to derive the price function. So let me derive the price function. So in this case here, derivation, price function, dash, derivation there, price function dash derivation. I want to derive this price function. Now listen. This examiner has given me two prices in form of points. Whenever you see the examiner giving you 2 points, then the price function there will be linear. So you're saying that the price function is linear since the examiner has given us 2 points. So whenever you see the examiner giving you 2 points, then he's denoting linearity. If he gives you 3 points, as we shall be seeing later on, if he gives you 3 points, he's talking about quadratic functions. So here he has given me 2 points. If I even try drawing this on a Cartesian plane, you'll be able to see the 2 points. Don't draw this. This is just for your eyes only. So assuming we have got price here, and we have got quantity here. All right. So when the price is 22, we have the quantity in this case here being 1,800 like that. All right. When price is 22, quantity is 1,800. And then when price is 30, here, there, quantity is, 18,000, quantity is what here? Quantity is 10,000. 10,000 like that. So ladies and gentlemen, you are able to see these 2 points. The 2 points are like that. Remember, for you to be able to define a straight line like now this one, you only need how many points? You only need 2 points. So whenever you see the examiner giving you exactly 2 points, he is talking about linearity. he's talking about linearity. He's talking about linearity. He's talking about linearity. Linearity. So the price function is linear since the examiner there has given us how many points? He has given us 2 points. He has given us 2 points. And ladies and gentlemen, if you can recall, the general form of a linear function general form, this is how a linear function looks like. A linear function looks like this: y equals a plus bx. From high school, we used to say y equals mx plus c. But now this is college level. College level, our y should be equal to a plus bx. Plus bx. Y should be equal to a plus who? Plus bx. Plus bx. But now remember, we are talking about price function. We are talking about price function. And if it's price function, price being on the y, then instead of y here, the price function, which is linear, will be equal to a plus bx, like that. This is what I came to sell to you here today, because it's price function. It's price function that is linear, so price will be on the y-axis, Let me ask you guys a simple question. In these linear functions, what does A stand for? 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 In these linear functions, what does A stand for? Is there somebody who is able to tell me what A stands for exactly? Is there anybody who is able to tell me what A stands for exactly? Please talk to me. And I love the way the Zoom students are talking to me. The Facebook guys are not talking to me so much, but I'm so sure we are not yet used to each other. But very soon, very soon, very soon, we shall be there. Very soon, we shall get used to each other, and you guys will really be talking to me. I'm 100% sure of that. I'm not doubting that totally. I'm 100% sure. I'm 100% sure. I'm 100% sure. Ready, these guys are talking. Thank you so much. Actually, the guys who are on Facebook, these are the guys who are telling me that A Mwalimu stands for fixed cost. A stands for fixed cost. A stands for fixed cost. Thank you so much. Now, ladies and gentlemen, A in this case here, assuming it is just the general function before we talk, if it's cost, then it'll be fixed cost. But this is just a general function. All right. So then A will be called what here? Constant. A will be constant. In the cost function, constant will be fixed cost. All right. A will be what here? Will be a constant in our case. All right. And then B is what we call the gradient. So A is the constant, or what you also call the y-intercept, isn't it? The y-intercept. And then B is the gradient. B is the gradient. Thank you very much. B is the gradient. Thank you very much. Somebody is saying fixed price, etc. Yes, yes. But let's first of all give them the common denomination here. So A is the constant, and the B is what here? B is the gradient. Now, please listen and listen to me very well. Again, I like asking my students many questions. How many points do we need to be able to define a straight line? How many points do we need to be able to define a straight line? Please don't get tired of my questions. That's the nature of my teaching, because I'm also a trained teacher. A trained teacher will always try to bring out choruses as he teaches. How many points do we need? Thank you so much. We need 2 points. And these 2 points are going to help us form 2 simultaneous equations. So could we kindly form the first equation? Could we kindly form the first equation out of this general functionality? So first equation from this first point. So first point, the price is 22, which will be equal to A that we do not have, plus B times what we call what there? 18,000. X is 18,000, like that. So come here right away, look for the second equation. So the second equation, price is 30, which will be equal to A plus B, I'm substituting here. B times, in the second point, X is what here? X is 10,000, like that. X is 10,000. So then out of this, I should be able to simplify this further. I should be able to simplify this further. I should be able to simplify this further and have them being like this. Have them being like this. This is how they shall look like. So in this case here, we are saying, ladies and gentlemen, here that 22 will be equal to A plus B times 18,000 is 18,000B. Equation number 1. Equation number 2, we have 30. We have our two equations here. 30 equals A plus 10,000 boy, plus 10,000 boy. So then, ladies and gentlemen, once we hit here, we know that the next thing that we need to do is to eliminate A. Because simultaneous equations, like now here, given that A coefficients are the same, the easiest thing to eliminate A for us to be able to get B is to subtract. You subtract the two equations. So please come here and subtract. Come there and subtract. Is there somebody who can help me subtract? So 22 minus 30, 22 minus 30 gives me what here, somebody? 22 minus 30, please help me out. 22 minus 30, this gives me minus 8, which equals A, and A subtracted that disappears. And that is the essence of the elimination method. We want to eliminate A with an understanding that we shall be able now to get what is the value of B. So A and A disappears. 18,000 minus 10,000. This gives me what figure, somebody here? This gives me 8,000 B. This gives me 8,000 B. This gives me 8,000 B. Now, ladies and gentlemen, once we reach there, please, our work will be to make B the subject of the formula. Please make B the subject of the formula. So is there somebody who can make B the subject of the formula? Is there anybody who can make B the subject of the formula? Is there anybody who can make B the subject of the formula? So this B will be equal to minus 8 divided by 8,000. Now, please try your best to divide. Just use your calculator. Minus 8 divided by 8,000 gives me what here, somebody? You know, some calculators will write for you like this. Will write for you like 1.0 times 10 raised to negative, say, 3. This is what we call standard form. Standard form. So if it writes for you something like this, to get this in a normal function, what you do, of course, you will come and write 3 zeros because of this negative 3. You write 3 zeros, and then we have this one, like that, like that. And then in between the first 2 zeros, you do what here? You put a decimal. You put a decimal. You put a decimal. You put a decimal. Now listen, ladies and gentlemen, if you go to an exam and then you realize that your calculator has given you something like 2.4 times 10 raised to negative 5, what you do, because this negative tells you that there are zeros on the left side, there are zeros on the left side, you should not panic at all. What you need to do is to come and write 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you write these 2, 4 without a decimal now. 2, 4 like that. And then in between the first 2 zeros, you put, don't add any other zero. Don't add any other zero. In between the first 2 zeros, what do? You put a decimal there. If you went, in this case here, to a very good high school, people must have taught you this old style of saying here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's also another way. There are many ways of killing a rat. There are many ways of killing a rat. There are many ways of killing a rat. So I would want somebody in this case here to tell me, after you divided here, can somebody give me the resultant figure of a B? B will be equal to minus what here, somebody? Somebody write for me. Somebody write for me there. It's supposed to be 0.00 something. Somebody write for me down there. Somebody write for me down there. It's supposed to be 0.00 something. Somebody write for me there. Somebody write for me there. Somebody write for me. I'm waiting to get answers from you. I'm waiting to get answers from you. When you divided here, please don't assume this, because I've marked these papers for so long and I know where people make petty mistakes. And the moment you make a petty mistake, CASNEB is not there in this particular case to do what tier 2, like, no. CASNEB will put you where you deserve. And where do you deserve if you keep on making simple petty mistakes? To repeat the paper. And we don't want our students to go there. Today's concept, ladies and gentlemen, is how do we get to pass this quantitative analysis on our very first attempt. We are great ninjas. Great ninjas should be able to kill their enemy with one kick, not 2 kicks. no 2 kicks. No 2 kicks, only 1 kick. So what are we getting there from Sabrina Ali? Of course, there is this negative, isn't it? There is this negative 0.001 like that. That is the value of what here? The value of B. So ladies and gentlemen, up to here, are we really together? Up to here, are we together? Up to here, are we together? Are we together up to here? Please talk to me. Are we together? Are we together? I can see one person saying like this. Are we together? How about the guys who are following me online? Are we together? Are we together up to here? Are we together? 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 Abracadabra. Are we together? Please mention there why for yes, or just tell us yes directly. I'll be so happy. Thank you so much. At least in Zoom, I can see we are together there. In Zoom, at least I can see we are together because students are talking there. Facebook, not yet. I'm not getting any confirmations on Facebook. I'm not getting any confirmations on Facebook. All right. So then once I've gotten B, my role this evening is to get now the value of A through substitution. So come and ask ourselves a simple question. What is the value of A from equation 1? What is the value of A from equation 1? Through substitution. Now that we've been able to get the value of B, it's very easy. We can see equation 1 says 22. 22 equals A plus 18,000 B. And the B happens to be what here, somebody? Negative 0.01, like that. So 22 will be equal to A minus. Can somebody in this case here multiply this for me? Of course, I know this plus and minus will take over. The final answer there will be minus. Can somebody do that multiplication for me? What is 18,000 times minus 0.001? Can somebody give me that answer? Don't assume. Don't assume. Always make the calculator your best friend. Don't assume. Don't assume. Don't assume. Don't assume. They're telling me to use 18, right? They're great. So in this case here, negative 18. Thank you so much. That these two multiplied gives us negative 18. Now I want A to be left on one side alone. I want A to be left on one side alone. So if it is to be left on one side alone, it means that negative 18 has to cross over. When negative 18 crosses over, we expect the sign to change from negative to positive. So then this one here will be 22 plus 18 equals A. And therefore, A will be equal to who? Somebody. Of course, I know the answer, but for the aspect that I would want us to interact, what is the final answer of A? What is the final answer of A? What is the final answer of A? I'm being given a figure of what here? A figure of 40. I'm being given a figure of 40. I'm being given a figure of what here? A figure of 40. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, this free of charge session is coming from RCM Online College to you. And my name is Dr. Joshua Aura. I teach here. I happen to be the principal of this college. These online papers, we are charging Kenya shillings 4,800. Kenya shillings 4,800, and then will be sorted out with what your videos and the Zoom classes. And of course, if you'd want to really be part and parcel of this great college, just give us a shout here, call us. Our number is 0793. Our number is 0793 555 000. 0793 555 000. 0793 555 000. I'm repeating again, our phone number if you want to join this kind of classes is 0793 555 000. Classes are online, ndio ziko sasa. Classes zile za physical classes, of course we have physical classes at Stanbank House. We have them at Stanbank House, but the truth is, hizo classes zimeanza kuisha utamu wake. Utamu saizi ni kwa online, given the reduced what year, given the reduced durations. You know, now with these reduced durations, the moment you're given like video classes for all the syllabus, and then you have a teacher who works with you in the journey by coming up with the Zoom classes thrice a week, then automatically you'll be able to pass. But if you just go to a physical class, like every day you're wasting time on the JAM and the ETC, you'll really have it rough. We're here to discuss how do we get to pass quantitative analysis on the very first round. Attending online classes is one of the strategies. Attending live classes, Zoom live classes is one of the strategies. All right. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you have been able to get the price. We've been able to get the A, and we've been able to get what here? The B. So then our work tonight will be to find the price function. So it'll come and tell us, therefore, the price function equals who? So we define price function. We define the price function. So we know that the price function in general price was A plus BX. So the price will be equal to A. We know A is 40. B is negative. So negative who here? Negative 0.001 X, like that. So once you have gotten the gradient and the y-intercept, you've gotten this y-intercept and the gradient, you substitute for them, and then you'll be able to get what we call the price function. You'll be able to get the price function. So we have been able to get the price function, but it doesn't stop there. Remember something that was written up there. We said up there that we want to get the revenue function. And the revenue function is what you guys gave me a formula of getting it. That revenue equals price times what here? Revenue equals price times quantity. Revenue equals price times quantity. Revenue equals price times quantity. Unfortunately, now we have our price. Our price is a function. Our price is a function. So in this case here, we need to come and put this function in bracket. So this is the price function. Then we'll come and multiply this with this X outside there. Remember that for us to get revenue, revenue is normally price times quantity. Revenue is normally price times quantity. Revenue is normally price times quantity. Price times quantity. And then go ahead and open up brackets. Go ahead and open up brackets here. Our revenue will be equal to, this X has to multiply each number here. This X has to multiply each number here. So this will be 40X minus 0.01 X who? X squared. This is the revenue function that the examiner had hidden from most students in this sitting. They were not able to get. Most students in this sitting were not able to get this revenue function. You may lift the board a little bit up for you to see that revenue function. For you to see that revenue function, that is what most students were not able to get. Revenue function equals 40X minus 0.00, 0.0. Is it supposed to be 0? Sorry. Is it supposed to be 0.01 or 0.001? Please, point of correction here. Point of correction here. Please, let's correct this before we go very far away. Is it supposed to be 0.001 or this way? Let's correct somebody. Let's correct this. Let's correct this. Let's correct this. 001. So there are 2 zeros here. Sorry for that. 2 zeros there. 2 zeros here. 2 zeros here. 2 zeros here. Like that. 2 zeros there. Like that. So that is a revenue function. Ladies and gentlemen, when we began this particular session, I gave you some very important concept that I would always want you to master. I told you something happens at profit maximum. Is there somebody who is able to remember that fundamental principle that happens at profit maximum? At profit maximum, something equals something. Is there somebody who is able to remember? At profit maximum, something equals something. Is there somebody who is able to remember that chorus that I told you to sing? Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That at profit maximum, marginal revenue will always be equal to marginal cost. That's what they told me. At profit maximum, this is what they told me here. At profit maximum, marginal revenue should be always equal to marginal cost. So at profit maximum, or at maximum profit, marginal revenue equals marginal cost. And then don't forget the fact that now we have what we call marginal analysis. Marginal analysis, if you remember very well, whenever you are moving from R to marginal revenue, from total revenue to marginal means you differentiate. So whenever you're moving from R to marginal revenue, this way you will always differentiate. R to marginal revenue, you will always differentiate. The other way around, marginal revenue to totality, marginal revenue to total revenue, we shall be integrating. We shall be integrating. So what are we saying, Mwalimu, here? So we happen to be having total revenue and we want to get marginal revenue. So we have to do what we call differentiation. So now here we are not going to use integration. Here we are using differentiation. And remember what your teacher told you. And this is very important for all of us. This is very important for all of us. Differentiation rule. This is very important for all of us. Differentiation. That if you are given here y equals ax raised to power n, how do we differentiate this? Is there anybody in this case here who will be able to remember how we do differentiation? dy over dx will be equal to who? dy over dx will be equal to who? If you're given, ladies and gentlemen, y equals ax raised to power n, is there somebody who will be able to tell me the formula of dy all over dx? Yes, I'll be able to guide you. It's very easy. dy over dx means gradient. It means differentiation. And to differentiate, basically there are two things that happens. This n falls down, two things. And then you subtract 1 from n. You subtract 1 from n. Two things will always happen whenever we talk of differentiation. Two things must always happen. We have the power falling down, and from the old power, you must always deduct 1. So in this case here, the power falls down, which gives us nux, which gives us nux raised to a new power. And to get the new power, we always subtract what there? We always subtract 1. To get the new power, we always subtract 1. We always subtract 1 there. So anytime in this case here, they want us to differentiate, I'll always remember the nux thing. This n is the power. That power falls down. And for me to be able to get this concept very well, n, the power falls down, and from the old power, you must always deduct 1. You must always deduct what here? You must always deduct 1. You must always deduct 1. For example, my good students, please listen. My good students here, please listen. Please listen, my good students. Please listen, my good students. If, for example, somebody was to give you a function like this, y equals 10x raised to power 5. Is there somebody who can get a derivative? Is there somebody who can differentiate this for me? Let's see. If you have here y equals 10x raised to power 5, our dy over dx will be equal to who? Somebody please give me an answer there. Just try. You're going to get it right. So what? So long as you've tried, that is the most important thing. That is the most important thing. Try. Our dy over dx will be equal to who? Our dy over dx will be equal to who? Our dy over dx will be equal to. Thank you so much, Collins. Thank you so much, D. Thank you so much, everybody there. That this power will fall down the Knox principle. There is some time back, someone told me that, Mwalimu, when this power falls down, we're going to get 510. Then I wondered, how did this person get 510? How did he get 510? I know 5 comes down, it has to multiply with this 10. So 5 times 10, this gives me 50. So 50x raised to a new power. 50x raised to a new power. And how do we get this new power? To get the new power, we are taking the old power minus 1. The old power minus 1. So 5 minus 1, that gives me what, somebody there? That gives me 4. That gives me 4. So you guys are geniuses. You guys are very bright. Thank you so much. Let me try you with this one. How about this one, example 2? What if you are given, for example, y equals 30x plus 100? Please try this. Try giving me dy over dx. Hey, you geniuses, great ninjas. If you're given here y equals 30x plus 100. So when I talk of dy dx, I'm basically requesting you to differentiate. I'm basically requesting you guys to differentiate. So our dy over dx will be equal to who? Our dy over dx will be equal to, thank you so much. I can see my students in this case here in Zoom. They're really giving me answers. I am expecting in this case here my students also in Facebook to try and give me really these answers. Please, 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 please. One thing that really pleases my heart is the fact that students have known that this 100 is a constant. It doesn't have x. It's a constant. And the constants will always disappear whenever they are differentiated. Constants will always disappear whenever they are differentiated. So constants will always disappear whenever you are differentiating. And then you see a number like this 100, which doesn't have an x, what we call a constant. That number will not be there on our differentiated function. It will disappear. And then now, ladies and gentlemen, remember that this x, wherever it is raised to power 1. There is a silent 1 there. So when I bring this next thing, I will still get 1 times 30, which gives me 30x raised to a new power. And the new power, ladies and gentlemen, will always be equal to the old power minus 1. The old power here is 1. 1 minus 1. 1 minus 1 gives me 0. 1 minus 1 gives me 0. And then, of course, this 100 will disappear. Then, ladies and gentlemen, remember, x raised to 0, any number that is raised to 0 in quantitative analysis will always be 1. If you go and see somebody giving you 1,000 raised to 0, that is 1. If they tell you m raised to 0, that is another language of giving you 1. Then this one here is as good as saying 30 times 1. 30 times 1. 30 times 1. So 30 times 1 in this case here gives me what there? Gives me 30. So these students were right. When I differentiate this dy over dx, I'm simply getting what there? I'm simply getting 30. That is the final answer. Now, please, ladies and gentlemen, please listen and listen to me so well. And I'm so happy so far. I'm telling you, I'm blessed. I have very good students who are following me here, who are really trying to understand everything. Now, please remember here, what they wanted us to give them is marginal revenue. Marginal revenue. And they've said that marginal revenue will be a derivative, will be a differentiation of the revenue function. So marginal revenue is dr over dx. Marginal revenue is dr over dx. So is there somebody who is able to give me this marginal revenue? Please get to your dr function, get to your r function and differentiate it. I mean, how I wish everybody would write for me the answer, correct answer down. How I wish everybody would give me the correct answer. How I wish everybody would give me the correct answer. How I wish everybody would give me the correct answer. How I wish everybody would give me the correct answer. How I wish everybody would give me the correct answer. How I wish everybody would give me the correct answer. How I wish everyone would differentiate this very well, and then they give me the correct answer. I would really be very happy. I would be very happy. I would be very happy. I can see Eunice Mwaka. I can see these other colleagues here. You know, at CPA level, I can't call myself a teacher. At CPA level, all of us are colleagues in the industry because most of you start working at a very early age. So I normally call you colleagues. I normally call you colleagues or fellow ninjas, or fellow ninjas. All right, so you're right. So let's go ahead and differentiate this 40x raised to 1. There is a 1, implied 1. When this 1 comes down, that gives me 40x raised to 0. So I would rather x raised to 0, not write it. So it will be 40 minus, bring this down here. It will be 0.002, x like that. So this is the marginal revenue function. This is the marginal revenue function. If I'm the one doing this in an exam, I will come and block this. I'll come and highlight this for the examiner. That Mr. Examiner, I've been able to get the marginal revenue. Mr. Examiner, I've been able to get the marginal revenue. So can somebody talk to me tonight? Having gotten marginal revenue, what do you think will be the next thing to be done? What do you think will be the next thing to be done? What do you think will be our next step? What do you think will be our next step? Hey, you, my good students, what do you think will be our next step? What do you think will be our next step? Hey, you, my good students, what do you think will be our next step? And remember, QA is a popular subject even in the universities. So this particular clip that you're seeing here on Facebook, and ensure that you share this with everybody. People are doing actuarial science. People are doing BCom. People are doing a BSc or BA in economics, etc. Give them this video. It will be of help to them. It will be of help to them. Give them. So I'm waiting in this case here to get further directions to find the value of x. Not yet there, Collins, but thanks for your trial. but you aren't there yet. Remember, there is a fundamental principle that I gave you, which you guys were able also to give me back. We said that at maximum profit, marginal revenue should be equal to marginal who? Cost. So now we have gotten a marginal revenue. How about marginal cost? Has the marginal cost been given to us? Caroline, not average revenue, Caroline. Remember, we said at profit maximum, marginal revenue should be equal to marginal cost. Marginal revenue should be equal to marginal cost. And if you look at this question, the examiner never gave us marginal cost, but the examiner in this case has given us what we call total cost. The examiner has given us total cost. If you look at this question of August 2023, question number 5, the examiner gave us in the second sentence at a cost described by the function C equals 5x plus 4,000. 5x plus 4,000. So they have given us the total cost. They have given us the total cost. They have given us the total cost. They have given us the total cost, which is C, total cost, which is C, which equals 5x plus who? 5x plus 4,000, like that. So then what do you think is Mwalimu going to do to be able to get marginal cost, because I'm after marginal cost? Please talk to me. What do you think shall I do to be able to get marginal cost? What do you think shall I do to be able to get marginal cost? Thank you very much, D. Differentiate total cost. Thank you very much to you, Eunice Mwaka. So in this case here, we shall differentiate marginal cost. So we shall come here and get marginal cost, which of course is dc over dx. So we differentiate the cost function. We differentiate the cost function. I'm so sure not many of us will be able to get this derivative. Not many of us will be able to differentiate, and yet this is a very simple concept. So in this case here, our marginal cost will be equal to who? 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 Hati. Great. These guys have been able to differentiate this very well. They have told me that, Mwalimu, we know there is a raised power 1 here, which is silent normally. When you bring it down, it will be 1 times 5, which gives me 5x raised to a new power. And to get the new power, take the old power, which is 1, minus that 1, which is ever there in the formula. So then this will leave me with 5x raised to 0. I can't write x raised to 0 unless I'm another one. I can't write x raised to 0. So I'll simply come and write what here? 5, like that. And then, of course, 4,000 is a constant. Constants will always disappear. Now, ladies and gentlemen, again, I will come and repeat. Thanks, Sabrina. I will come and repeat here. I will come and repeat here. I will come and repeat here. Oh, I will come and repeat here. I'll come and repeat here. We are saying that at maximum profit, which we shall be abbreviating as pi. Remember, pi is not 22 over 7 in CPA. Pi is profit. At maximum profit, marginal revenue should be equal to marginal cost. And you guys have already given me the marginal revenue. You've told me marginal revenue is 40 minus 0.002x, which will be equal to marginal cost. That is what there? That is 5. Can somebody confirm that this for sure was our marginal revenue? I've rubbed mine here by mistake. Was our marginal revenue 40 minus 0.002x? Can somebody confirm that? Can somebody confirm that? 40 minus 0.002x. Can somebody confirm this? Can somebody confirm this? Can somebody confirm this? I can see Eunice Mwaka saying yes. Somebody confirm this. 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 I'm only getting confirmation from one student that this marginal revenue function is correct. It's correct. Thank you very much, Sabrina Ali. So then go ahead and make x the subject of the formula. Go ahead and make x the subject of the formula. So take this 40 to the other side. So if I take this 40 to the other side, it will be minus 0.02x equals 5 minus 40. So it will be minus 0.002x equals 5 minus 40 gives me minus 35. So I can see x and x disappearing, or rather negative and negative disappearing. So if I make x the subject of the formula, then I will be correct. So, ladies and gentlemen, in this case here, if I try making x the subject of the formula, this is how x will behave like. This is how x will behave like. It will be 35 divided by 0.02, like that. So who can give me the final answer? 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 Who can give me the final answer here? Who can give me the final answer? It is 17,500. So it is 17,500. It is 17,500. So in this case here, if they want us to give them the quantity that maximizes profits, the quantity that maximizes profits is 17,500. The quantity that maximizes profits is 17,500. What about the price that maximizes profit? What about the price that maximizes profit? Remember, we have a price function somewhere. Who is able to remind Mwalimu the price function that you had obtained up there? Do you remember we have the price function? Who is able to remind Mwalimu the price function that we got up there? Is anybody who is able to remind Mwalimu the price function that we got up there? We got the price function somewhere. 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 Price was equal to who? Is there somebody who can remind Mwalimu? Price was equal to who? We got this price function somewhere. 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 So it is 40 minus 0, 40x. Somebody is telling me that's 40x minus 0. That's revenue. That's revenue. The maris should be correct. It should be 40, I think. It should be 40 minus 0.001. 0.001x. Can somebody confirm that this is the correct price function? Can somebody confirm that this is the correct price function? Not revenue, but price. The one we got there called price function. Can somebody confirm? Can somebody confirm? Correct. At least I'm getting one confirmation. Thank you very much. I'm getting another one from Hattie. So in this case here, therefore, the price that maximizes profit, the price that maximizes profit, price will be 40 minus 0.01x. And the x is 17, the one that the quantity which maximizes profit. So then if we want to maximize our profit, we must charge this price. We must charge this price. So our price will be equal to who? We must charge this price. So our price will be equal to who? Our price will be equal to who? Our price will be equal to, Damaris is giving me an answer there. Our price will be equal to 22.5. I'm being given a figure of 22.5. I'm being given a figure of 22.2, 22.5. I'm being given a figure of 22.5, 22.5, 22.5. So thank you very much. I'll not be able to answer the other questions here, but for sure, I'll be able to create time to do them. Like now, tomorrow in the evening, I'll be coming to these classes often because I'm so sure you guys are going to really market this subject so that Mwalimu normally loves. Like when you come to my BDA class, online class today, if you come to my BDA class, I'm talking over 300 students in the morning and over 300 students in the evening and over 100 students in the 5 a.m. classes. So I'm a man who loves numbers. If you want Mwalimu to be part and parcel of your subject, please, it's not the 60 that I'm seeing there. It's not the 6 that I'm seeing there in Q&A. No, it has to be 200 plus. So is there somebody who is going to take it upon themselves to look for students so that you guys can form a great quorum to enable Mwalimu become a permanent feature in these classes? Is there somebody who is going to help Mwalimu do that? Is there somebody who is going to help Mwalimu do that? Is there somebody who is going to help Mwalimu do that? That we must get students. You know, like in that class, if you're 60, if each one of us just looks for 2 students, then automatically now you'll be able to afford this Mwalimu. So it's really about affordability. You'll be able to afford this Mwalimu who will be able to come and join hands with Mr. Abdi, CP Abdi, one of the best lecturers that we have in the industry in QA. But again, as I said, there is no harm in Mzee coming. You know, Mzee is more experienced. Mzee has been in this industry for so long. So when I come and, of course, join hands with a young man, you can imagine what will happen. What will happen, of course, in this case is that all students will be able to pass. So You guys have a responsibility of ensuring that our classes grow. And if you'd want to market us, please don't hesitate. Our number is 07. Our number here is 0793 555 000. And then, of course, we charge a modest fees of 4,800 Kenya shillings per paper. So I'm so sure this is the very first time I'm teaching most of you. Am I a good teacher? Can I make a very good teacher? Can I make a 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 good teacher? Amazing teacher. Yes, very good. Wow, great. All right. All right. All right. Other guys are not giving me feedback. Yes, motivating one. Great. So I'm waiting to get feedback. Those are my jewels now. So I'm getting my crowns. I'm getting my crowns. But of course, the very best way of motivating your teacher is to get outside there and then you look for numbers for this teacher. Look for great numbers. And of course, if you're following me on Facebook like I will do, I give you the link and ensure that this link in this video reaches as many students as possible. Hoping for more. I'll be able to give you quite a lot. Given what the understanding that we have right now that you're going to look for these students, I'll be coming every time. Every week I'll be meeting you guys twice, I promise. But you must also keep your part of the bargain. You must hold on to your side of the stick, which is basically just looking for each one of us, just one or two students, and then you're done. These students are all over. They're all over on WhatsApp. If you just send them a clip and then tell them that Mwalimu wants you to join us, then that will be it. Otherwise, from me to you, it's much love. And we have now come to the end of this session. I would want to take this opportunity to wish you guys a great night. Bye-bye. Bye. Bye. Bye.